guy. Well, today you're going to show me a video. It's like I guess a ghost, you would call him? Or
yeah.
What would you call him?
I don't know, because he's most of the time at nighttime, like a nighttime version of a ghost, I guess. Like maybe a phantom or something.
Right. I mean, I've seen him on some shows.
Yeah.
But I've also had experience in person with people who told me about this person that they described wearing a top hat.
Yeah.
That would be... They said they were awake.
It's hard to explain.
Right. They said they were awake and they saw this guy wearing a top hat and I guess a dark suit in their bedrooms or whatever. It was scary.
I can imagine that.
Right. You know, you hear about it one time or you hear about it on TV, you're like, yeah, whatever. But, you know, I'm starting to hear it from several people in person and on TV shows and stuff.
I've been seeing it a lot. Like, if you, even like scrolling through my Facebook,
have you?
I've been seeing like ads. It's weird. Like, it's weird. Right.
And it's the people that I hear it from personally are young people.
Yeah.
They're like late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
So it's starting to make me wonder because it keeps coming up.
Yeah, true.
And you know what I mean? Like I said before, you know, you see it on a TV show, oh, it's a TV show, it's this or that. But when you start hearing stories in person, you know, over and over again, you start to wonder.
Yeah, really.
So
I've been seeing it everywhere. So
I'm starting to wonder what this entity, I guess you could call it, is.
Sure.
He appears to be not friendly.
No.
But not harmful either.
No.
But scary.
True. What's the normal description that you hear of?
Just a guy wearing a top hat like Abraham Lincoln would wear, tall, wearing a dark
See, that's
suit.
what I've heard.
Yeah.
Like, maybe like, you know, those long coats, like the black long coats, top hat, tall, slender maybe. Yeah, maybe some, you know, the eyes, you can see the glowing eyes at night. Yeah. You don't hear much about his facial features at all.
No, it's I would think they would describe it more as a silhouette, maybe.
Yeah, like a shadow figure, maybe.
Yeah. But it's starting to sound a little creepy, and I'm starting to get a little bit more interested.
I am too.
Because I keep hearing about it.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Right.
Let us know if you guys have heard any stories about this Man in Black or the Top Hat Man.
I gave him the name Top Hat because I really don't describe him.
But let us know if you've had any experiences or if you've heard stories. Like, I don't know. It's very eerie. Like, I've been hearing it a lot lately. Yeah. So I'm just like curious, I guess.
So what do they call it, like in videos and stuff? Do they call him Top Hat? What do they call him? I think they call him something else. The man with the hat? Or?
Yeah. I do have a video I want her to react to. I haven't watched it either. It's Who is the Hat Man?
A Hat Man.
The most chilling shadow person of all.
Imagine for a moment that you're alone in your room. The world outside is silent, save for that incessant ticking. Time seems to stretch endlessly. Then, a sense of unease starts to creep in, crawling up your spine. You feel eyes on you, but you're alone, aren't you? In the darkened corners of countless rooms around the world, a figure lurks. Tall, faceless. Its almost defining feature, a wide-brimmed hat. This is no ordinary intruder. He doesn't want your possessions. He wants something far more precious. Your peace of mind. The Hat Man. An entity whispered about in hushed tones in online forums. Spoken of with a mix of fear and intrigue in countless anecdotes. His silhouette is unmistakable, introducing terror in those he visits. What is he? A shadow? A demon? An imprint from another time or dimension? In this episode, we peel back the layers of this enigma, seeking answers to a mystery that has haunted sleepless nights for many. Since the dawn of civilization, humanity has been pursued by its shadows. Ancient tales speak of darkened figures lurking on the peripherals of our vision. Transient, yet persistently present. From the cave paintings of prehistoric eras to the old tomes of medieval scholars, There's a recurrent theme: shadows that walk and watch. But among these shadowy figures stands one that is distinct: the Hat Man.
I do want to add something. Okay. So they said he's more pronounced and stuff because normally, like, the shadow figures I've seen, you just see like a flash of them. You don't see like the full apparition or like the full body of.
Right, where you can describe stuff like.
Yeah, like you can't normally describe it.
Or what he's wearing.
Or deliberate. Towering over 6 feet tall, this shadowy figure dons a wide-brimmed hat, often likened to a fedora or an old-fashioned gambler's hat. His attire varies, sometimes seen in a cloak, other times in a suit, but always that hat, as if it holds some significant meaning.
On occasion, communicates. But what does he want?
True.
What message or intent does he convey? Our first tale of an encounter comes from a rural town, set among vast fields of peanut plants. A small community carrying the whispers of old legends. The land, as per local hearsay, once cradled the remains of Native Americans, a burial ground imbued with memories of bygone eras. A man working the night shift at the peanut harvesting plant would occasionally regale his family with stories, not tales of the unusual challenges faced by a night security guard, but of eerie sightings. Sightings of a man, dressed head to toe in black, crowned with a flat-brimmed hat. Not known as the Hat Man here, but rather the Man in Black.
See, I've heard different things.
On a particular night, something the original teller of the story had done had deeply upset his mother. The gravity of the transgression he couldn't remember, but it was severe enough for her to drive him and his siblings to their father's workplace for discipline. A trip that would prove to be unforgettable. Upon their arrival, tensions were palpable. The father's wrath became all-consuming, and he lifted the child, pointing him toward the vast dark expanse of the old country road. There, illuminated only by the dim blue hue of the plant's security lights, stood the unmistakable figure of the Man in Black. Words exchanged between the father and the mysterious entity are the stuff of nightmares. An invitation, chillingly conveyed, for the child to be brought closer, to join this haunting figure in the abyss of the dark field.
Okay. So, well, in that story, if I listen to it right, the kid did something bad, whatever. The dad came home, the dad was pissed, and the dad took him out, whatever, and then this guy showed up, top hat guy. And the top hat guy wanted the child to go with him?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
But, and like you said,
Child to join him.
It didn't say the age of the child, but you said it is younger that see him normally, right? Like teenager, early 20s maybe?
Yeah, and some kids. Yeah.
Quiet sobs filled the car.
You can always cut it out.
The siblings shared glances of horror, confirming that this was no mere figment of imagination, but a very real, shared terror. The entity's demand echoed in their ears, but as quickly as the episode had begun, it ended, leaving behind nothing but a haunting void and the whispers of the wilderness.
So I guess the kid didn't join.
Yeah.
In the aftermath, the events seemed to blur into the tapestry of childhood memories, with even their father professing no memory of that fateful night. Yet, for the original teller of the story and his brother, the incident remains a chilling reminder of the unexplained. They often read.
I do have something.
Okay.
So do you think he's some sort of Grim Reaper?
Well, what's the Grim Reaper? He comes for people when they die, right?
Yeah. Do you think he's some type of Grim Reaper? Like, No?
I think that You want me to give you my whole synopsis now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I think he might be like a devil entity.
Okay. Because to me, I don't know. Grim Reaper to me is devilly too. I don't know.
Okay. Well, the Grim Reaper usually comes for you when you die.
Yeah.
It depends what you think of what the Grim Reaper is.
Yeah.
When I think of the Grim Reaper, I think, okay, you're dying, he's coming for you.
Yeah, I do think that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I think this guy, and I think he shows up a lot with like teenagers or young people or whatever. It's kind of like, about poltergeist, right?
Yeah.
How sometimes a teenager's like energy will create that. Right.
I see what you mean.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times, teenagers, young people, they have, certain mental issues or whatever.
Or angers, yeah.
Right. Which creates a lot of spiritual energy, if you believe in it. And I think draws in maybe some kind of evil entities to try to pull them over to their side. Know what I mean?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, honestly.
Right. I mean, if you believe in that and if you look at it that way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that could possibly be the reason that guy just showed up with the kid, because everybody was in high emotions.
Yeah.
We don't know what the kid did.
True.
You know what I mean?
And
the kid in this top hat or whatever, it's almost like he was giving the kid an option. You know what I mean? You stay there, or you come with me.
Yeah.
You join me.
Yeah.
Kind of like a cult leader. You know what I mean?
True.
Who sees these young people as vulnerable and not with their families and come with me, I'll take care of you. But it's they're tricking them basically.
Yeah. To get them on their side.
Right.
Can you tell them, because I know you said you've had personal things with it. Don't go into too much detail, but can you tell them what your work is, what you do? Like,
okay, well,
not really like give away information, but
Well, let's just say I talk to people for a living, professionally. Okay, I have a master's degree and all that. And I've had a couple young people come in, different people, didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Who talked about this top hat. They can't sleep at night because this top hat guy's in their room, or they're having dreams that this top guy hat is chasing them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I also, there's a local spot in the area where people said they'd seen Top Hat walking around in a certain neighborhood. Some woman who claimed to be psychic said he was there. I don't know, this or that. She's passed away since. But, but he seems to be going to people that are under high, like, emotional
distress or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hear, like, over the years, like, at least past few years, I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, and I've seen a couple TV shows like, what's that show? Ghost Inside My Child, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where a child will talk about that, But, I mean, the common thing is it's all the same person, really, from what they describe.
Yeah.
So...
It's creepy.
Yeah, I think there is, like, influences out there in the world that influence people, whether seen, not seen, whether spiritual, not spiritual.
Yeah, because we don't know what's out there. We don't know everything. And they always say, emotions are basically high energy, a lot of energy. Anxiety is energy. Depression's energy. It's all energy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those negative feelings could be attracting negative
entities.
Entities.
I agree with that too. I like kind of that synopsis around that.
Just the same as they attract negative people.
Yeah.
To you.
That's true.
So.
Because if you think about it, say one morning you wake up and you're in a very good mood, you're positive, you feel like the day's going to be good and everybody's good around you. But if, say, the next day you wake up, you're all negative, you kind of have a bad day.
Right, your mindset sets you for how you're going to be. So
I think that I really think that can tie into
your thoughts, your mind controls your emotions, and controls your life. Really,
it does. Definitely.
So,
Continue.
Sure.
Visit a tale, attempting to decipher the identity and intent of the mysterious man in black. Who was he? A lingering spirit, a guardian of the land, or perhaps the Hat Man himself? Imagine a feeling of wakefulness, yet an inability to move. the weight of an unseen force pressing down on you.
Okay,
Blindly.
stop on that. Okay, now I'm talking about what they just talked about.
Yeah.
However, there is a thing called sleep paralysis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I heard about it.
Right. And when you're, it's basically the in-between state of sleep and awake. It's called a hypnagogic or something like that.
Yeah, I'll look up the word.
Yeah, there's one when you're going to sleep and there's one when you're going up. It's like hypnagogic and hypnopodnic or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. And during that time, some people do experience sleep paralysis. I've had it in the past, whatever, you know what I mean? You feel like you can't wake up. You know what I mean, to move and all that, and then you sense things are in your room. Okay.
See, I've always heard of it differently. Like you're asleep, like they say that you're laying in bed, you can't move,
right.
and you're awake,
right?
But you're in a dream state. Is that kind of okay? Yeah. So that's kind of I've heard.
It's kind of like maybe a hypnosis state or a trance state.
Like a twilight kind of thing.
Right. And you're kind of still asleep. It's actually can become a sleeping disorder.
Oh wow!
It can turn into that. But sometimes your mind imagines the worst case scenarios, and then you're kind of half awake and dreaming it. You know what I mean? Like somebody's in the house, blah 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 blah. I've had that experience where I couldn't move. I was asleep. I couldn't wake up, and I feel like there's people walking through the house and this and that. But once you realize what it is, because I said to myself while I was sleeping, I had dogs in the room. I said, okay, if there's people in this house, the dogs will be barking. Dogs weren't barking.
That's true.
Yeah. So I kind of talked my way through it. You know what I mean? And I realized what was going on.
Yeah.
Where I think some people don't. All of a sudden they think, oh my God. You know what I mean?
Because the nighttime can be scary for anyone.
Yeah.
Especially when you're sleeping and you hear noises throughout the house settling.
Right. So I'm a little skeptical when I hear things about things happening when people are sleeping, because sleep is a strange thing.
It is a strange thing.
So, you know what I mean? And waking up and going to bed and that in-between state. So I'm a little skeptical when I hear people say this or that.
Yeah.
When they were in bed sleeping or waking up.
Well, and that's the thing too. You know how, like, maybe a little bit of a different topic, but how 3 a.m. is the devil's hour.
Right.
What does your body do at that time?
You're sleeping.
Like, I know, but like, does anything happen? Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Doesn't it make you wonder, like, what's...
Well, a lot of people...
Why is it known as the devil's hour? Like, why is it known
like 3 to 5, I
Yeah, why?
I'm not really sure about that. But...
that could lead us into a different topic.
Well, and then some people say, oh, I wake up at 3 o'clock every morning. Well, you just set your mind up to wake up at 3 in the morning.
That's true.
Yeah.
Your brain has, like, an alarm.
Yeah. So, I mean, you gotta, you got to look at all the details surrounding stuff, because your mind and your brain, you know what I mean, is like a freaking computer. So
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
The brain does a lot.
Yeah. If you keep saying, oh, people wake up at 3, oh my God, I keep waking up at 3, and now you're training the brain to wake up at 3 every day.
Yeah.
Every morning or whatever.
That's true. Yeah. No, that's like me automatically. Like between 6 and 7, I wake up because that's the time I get up for work. So my body's like. My brain's ready to do that and get up.
Right, you're used to it, you're in a routine. It's the circadian rhythm, too. So there's a lot involved.
Sleep is so weird, And
they don't even know everything there is to know about sleep.
No.
So. Well, if it didn't happen, if you didn't have sleep paralysis, everybody would be acting out their dreams all night. You know what I mean? Freaking out, getting up, doing all kinds of stuff.
Imagine how much crazy you'd see in the world.
Exactly. So,
I mean, there's already crazy, but
So, I mean, if a person is sleepwalking or doing this and that, it's a sleep issue.
That's true.
It should be looked into. So,
that's true.
Yeah. But, people said they see when they're awake. Wide awake.
Yeah, exactly. That's the stories I've heard. Right. Like, they're awake, but they see them.
Right. They're not sleeping.
No.
They know.
Like, I've heard some stories of sleeping.
Right.
But I've mostly heard it awake.
Yeah.
And, like, they could be laying in bed, but they're still awake and they see him at nighttime.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard different. Yeah, so definitely.
Okay.
But here's where the debate rages.
And that's what interests me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in the stuff where they're sleeping, this and that and all that.
During sleep paralysis, why do so many across cultures and continents describe a near identical figure?
That's true, because you said people who haven't even ever met are talking about the same guy, describing him the same way.
Yeah.
Who is it? Like, that's the whole, who is the Hat Man? Like,
Who is he? Who is he supposed to represent?
Yeah.
Why is he dressed like that?
What's
he could come in any form.
Yeah, I mean, is he the dark clothes, the tall form, intimidating. Is he trying to like?
I mean, he could come in with any kind of clothes if he wanted to.
Yeah. Why that specific?
Yeah, I mean, he could come as an Indian. He could come as, you know what I mean, dressed disco style or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Why is he choosing this?
Yeah. We got our snack.
Yep.
Hopefully the dogs behave.
Sometimes, you know, when you go to fall asleep, sometimes you do hear something and you jump and you wake up again.
I do that. I scare myself all the time. Anybody else do that?
Yeah.
All the time.
There's a name for that too. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but
We're gonna have to look up these names.
Yeah.
Remind me to do that.
I will.
I'll look up the names and put it on the screen.
Yeah.
But why are all these videos talking about them being asleep in order for it to happen? Because you said, and even I said, I've heard of it not being asleep and people still seeing them.
Well, I guess they're the ones you don't hear about.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
I guess not everybody wants to talk about seeing a top-hatted guy in their room. You know what I mean? I think they're nuts.
That could be weird, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of stuff focuses when people are sleeping, and I'm skeptical about that.
I can see that.
A lot of things, you know, go on.
A lot of things happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But as for, you know, people that say they see them, you know, when they're not asleep, like the show said, why is it always the same description?
It's always the same description. It's consecutive, is that the word? It's like...
Consistent.
Consistent, yeah.
Yeah, it's consistent.
Like, it's all the same.
Right. And like I said before, why is he dressed like that? Why isn't he dressed like that? You know, the top... It's not even really a top hat. What they say, a fedora or something? Which is not really top hat.
Yeah.
It's high, but...
I see it as Abraham Lincoln's hat, like that.
Why is he dressed like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it represent? You know
Let's...
I mean, it could... I mean, I guess it's the time period.
Yeah.
Right? Because men don't dress like that anymore.
Let's do top hat man ghost. See, even it says paralysis.
Okay.
What's he represent? I just want to see what
they say.
Google says.
Okay.
The Hat Man is a mysterious spirit entity who often visits people in their bedrooms at night while they're sleeping. He appears as a tall shade wearing old-fashioned clothing and a top hat. Some people feel no fear when he materializes, while others think he is the devil, which you said.
Perception.
Yeah.
It's perception, yeah.
Witnesses describe him as having glowing red eyes or being made only of a shadow with no distinguishable facial features.
Right.
I didn't even know about the whole eye thing, and I thought it was like black eyes. I didn't think it was red eyes or glowing eyes.
Right. Well, okay, let's look at it in the contents of okay, it's happening when they're sleeping, all right?
Yeah.
Why is it still the same consistent figure with multiple people?
Exactly. That's what I don't get.
You know, right. I mean, he looks like he's from a certain time period.
He does, yeah.
Nothing too ancient, nothing too long ago.
No.
You know, maybe
Victorian era.
Possibly. Yeah.
That's my favorite era for some reason too.
Now, if you go to the Victorian era, they're very spiritual in the Victorian era. You know what I mean?
True.
They're all about the seances and the spirituality.
It's either the devil or
angel.
Guardian angel.
You know, they all tried to do all kinds of stuff during that time.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's why they say Cape May is super haunted.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, Victorian and they were all, you know, pulling stuff down there.
Well, and there was a lot of like you said, bringing back to negative stuff, like
negative.
There was a lot of negative stuff that happened down there. That fire, the big fire that happened and destroyed most of the, I guess, island, right?
Yeah,
or town.
yeah.
That was very sad.
I'm not sure, like, people got killed or I'm not.
I know they lost a lot of buildings.
Yeah, it was like 1878.
Yeah.
That's when the Congress Hall, the original one, burnt down, and then they rebuilt it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of the old town burnt down.
Yeah.
Were there casualties? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I never even talked about that up.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about ghosts in general?
I think they're real. I believe in it. I mean, I grew up Christian, and the Bible and everything talks about not communicating with spirits and stuff.
Right, they say don't do that, yeah.
But like...
Because they think they're all the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, all evil.
But like, think about it this way. There's a heaven and there's a hell.
Okay.
you would hope our loved ones go to heaven.
Sure.
So, like, why does it only have to be considered the devil when you're trying to communicate? Why can't it be
them?
Yeah. Like, again, with the whole negative and positive thing. I feel like if you're going into it negatively, it could have an impact on that. You could get an evil spirit. But if you're going into it positive and you're like, I'm going to talk to my grandma because my grandma did just pass.
Right.
You go into it like that, positive. I feel like
mindset is everything.
Yeah.
You know,
because like when you go into a room, you sense how the room and
the
area is, the environment is.
You do, yeah.
What do you think?
I think a lot of things. Well, to break it down, I mean, with your grandma and stuff, I mean, there's a lot of sightings of recently passed loved ones that people see, like shortly after they pass. There's a lot of reports of people seeing that person, like they'll come visit them, say goodbye or whatever, you know what I mean?
Well, see, and I've, like, my dad's mom passed. I had dreams about my granddad, my grandma, and then in the car, I was driving back, I seen half my grandma's face in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't scare me. I was kind of comforted by it.
Well, that's a good sign, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it scared me because
she's dead.
I thought I was alone. Yeah. And I thought I was alone.
Right.
But it was comforting to know that she's there.
Well, you know, I think there's a thin veil between life and death.
Yeah.
Could some stuff be the evil? Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just like there's evil people on Earth. I mean, this is all if you believe in this stuff, you know.
There was this.
But there's a lot of stories of people seeing their past loved ones shortly after death and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, or whatever.
So there's this video going around TikTok, and people are very like freaked out by it and stuff. I gotta see it. Not really deaf. So a woman shares theory that we never really die, and it's freaking a lot of people out.
Why is that one particularly freaking people out?
I don't know, because it's okay.
There's so much stuff. I mean, why would this one be freaking out?
Exactly. People on TikTok are freaking out after one woman suggested that we might not ever truly pass on, and that the world could have ended many times before without our knowledge.
Okay, so why are people freaking out about that?
So
I mean, what's bad about that?
I know. Well, they think that, so it says, in that alternate reality, we exist without the memories of the world we lived in prior. So she thinks, and she's telling people, that we live in a world when you die, you obviously go to a different universe or a different like, area.
Yeah, different.
But she's saying
level, whatever.
That like we're here physically right now, but there could be people walking around us in a whole different world.
Oh, dimensions.
Yeah, dimensions.
Yeah.
It says like we don't remember our memories. We lived prior. It's called quantum immortality, which suggests that people never really die. Is accurate, then humanity might have been ended many times by apocalyptic events similar to asteroids taking out the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. So it's kind of freaking people out because they're thinking like, what if the world ended and we actually died and this is another one we're in right now? Like the thought of that, you know?
Well, I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the quantum physics area.
Yeah.
With space and the dimensions and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not an expert on quantum physics, but I do think, I mean, even Einstein thinks there's different dimensions and all this and that, and even present day,
Because
scholars,
if that's the thing, I mean, to me, if quantum immortality is right and there's, other dimensions, does that mean that heaven and hell really don't exist?
Well, I mean, you're looking at like parallel universes and all kinds of stuff too.
So like, it's like, we never truly know. You can think you know, but you don't.
Well, who said there was heaven and hell?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We have the Bible, and a lot of people believe in that. I believe in it because you want to believe that you're going to see your loved ones again and
you may
be happy.
You
and,
still may.
Yeah. Be happy and go back to your full health and
Yeah, you could.
But it's like.
I mean, does reincarnation come in on that? There's a lot into that.
Yeah.
But back to like the heaven and hell, I mean, well,
there's a lot of questions. I always have
questions. Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot.
It is a lot. But you know what? There's the Bible, the Quran, the all the other texts that are biblical texts that are out there, the Hindu stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them share the same stories and the same thing, but they're telling their history from their part in the world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Jesus is in a lot of those other texts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in different forms, in different ways.
Yeah, the floods and all the stuff. So I mean, who says one's right, one's wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One could be right from the experience of those people that wrote those texts.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, God didn't write the Bible.
That's exactly.
You know what I mean? Like they took stories from 150 people from back then and compiled the Bible over like 300 years.
And as you notice, we have Catholics, we have Christians, we have Jews, we have a bunch of different ones, and it's all kind of based around the Bible.
It's the stories from the people who lived at that time.
Yeah, and it's like
And the committee who put the Bible together, put stories in, and left stories out that they thought would be in there. And throughout the years, leaders of the world and other religious people took stories out they didn't want in there and put stories in they wanted in there. So
it's like, you never really know. Like, I mean, I believe in it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm weary.
Sure it's like it's history.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm weary. I'm like, is there what's after this? There has to be something.
I mean, I believe the flood happened. I believe something happened 12,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff they talk about, it was dated 12,000 years, 12,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, stars in the sky, you know, the pyramids, the flood, the Atlantis. Something happened 12,000 years ago.
And you gotta think, and like, how did the world come to be? Like, because in the Bible he talks about Adam and Eve coming.
Right.
You know, and if you think about that, we're all related somehow.
We are.
All of us are all related.
Spiritually and biologically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, remember that.
Right.
When you're talking and meeting somebody and you're mean to them, you're related to everyone.
Right. You are.
We are.
So, the Great Flood washed everything away.
Mm-hmm. It, like, cleansed the land.
Right. So, what was there before?
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Because it said...
Was there technology? Was there big cities? Was there, you know, civilization?
Because it said it cleansed the land and, you know, Noah's Ark and all that.
Yeah.
What was it washing away? I mean, I heard sins, maybe, but like sins of what? Because people at that time...
Right.
I mean, was Noah's Ark before Adam and Eve, or it was after Adam and Eve?
It was after Adam and Eve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And somebody came to Noah and said, this is going to happen. You got to build this and you got to build it this way.
So that's my question. What happened to all the other people? The one that told Noah to build the ark?
Well,
what happened to Adam and Eve?
Right. Well, there's another story in another religious text that talks about that person getting notified to build something.
Exactly.
You know, I forget which one it was, but you know, because Noah wasn't the only one left on Earth.
No. Because didn't it say it was Noah, a girl, like a woman, and then it was one of each animal, and it was one of a female and a male. It had to be.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
it's crazy to think.
Right. So how did they rebuild the population?
Exactly.
You know?
Because like they say, biology, you can't go out and have kids with your brother or your sister or your cousin. Right. That could mess up the baby.
Yeah.
How are we all here?
Right.
If we come from Adam and Eve.
Exactly.
Because we would all be
interrelated.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They all weren't a bunch of you know, messed up people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but then you can go into the whole, you know, Anunnaki thing, and you know what I mean, stuff like that. And there's lots of stories about.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you could just go on forever with this stuff, with theories and stuff like that. So
it's getting close to the end. Do you want to end it and then maybe see if they want a part 2?
Okay.
Anything else you want to add?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Okay.
So let us know if you like this video. If you want to see more. We do want to do a part 2 on this. If you're interested, let us know. There's just a lot to talk about. Let us know what you guys think. Leave us some comments, and we'll go over them in the next video.
Do we have time to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's...
how many minutes are left?
Let me see.
You can cut this part out.
Yeah. 41. We have 54 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So now we're gonna go in and just
we'd like to do more topics like this.
You're gonna say shit.
No, I was gonna say shut up. More topics like this. Hopefully, have other people join.
Yeah.
So we came up with some idea of topics that we might want to discuss. We, wanted to talk about what was this one? This one was kind of ghosts and stuff that went into biblical. So biblical, something like that. Okay,
there's a lot around that, and I would love to get other people's intake on it too.
Yeah, if you're interested in something. So we're gonna just put these and kind of pick them out at random as we go. I mean, I'd like to talk about reincarnation.
Yeah, me too, definitely. In the future, if it comes to it, we would like to maybe get people to join in with us.
Yeah.
Maybe have a Zoom link or something.
Yeah. Maybe weight loss and exercise, stuff like that.
Yeah. Just anything. Life.
Life.
We talk all the time, and we're just like.
Yeah. Conspiracy theories.
So at the end of this, are we gonna pull one out and see what's next?
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracies are like my thing.
Are they really?
Elvis Presley.
Oh yeah. Okay. Unsolved mysteries.
Mm-hmm. True crime.
Yeah, mysteries. I'm spelling it wrong, but I know what I mean. What did you just say? Oh, true crime.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, I have theories and stuff. Yeah. Current events.
Yeah, reactions.
Yeah, like the drone thing.
Yeah. Another one. I'm gonna have you react to makeup videos and stuff.
Oh yeah. I don't know anything about anything. Okay, reaction videos.
My husband might be in the video with us.
Yep.
This is my mother-in-law.
Hi. I like to talk.
We all like to talk.
Yeah,
me and you.
Yeah, just paranormal. In general, paranormal. Yeah. I like the ancient stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, ancient stuff. Stuff.
I'll pause it in a second, and then we'll go in and pull one. We'll shake it, and I'll let you pull one.
Yeah. Adulting.
Adulting. That's mine.
Yeah, not adultery. Adulting.
Exactly.
Life skills, stuff like that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now.
So let me show how much we got in there.
Okay.
We got a lot in here, so we're gonna go ahead and let Melissa pick what our next topic is. We do want to do a part 2 on this eventually, so it's like all sticking in there. Okay, let's go. Okay.
Okie dokie.
What's our next one?
Current events.
Oh, current events. Okay.
Yeah.
And
that
then
could be
I'll show
anything really.
Yeah, current events. So if you guys have any ideas,
Yeah.
let us know. But there it is. And yeah.
Okay.
If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like. Subscribe to our channel for more.
Do you have any comments?
Leave us a comment. Yeah.
Any questions? We'll read through them.
Yep.
Answer anything.
And we will see you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Bye.